Keina, and I'm refuting the claim that college is worth attending in America. The advocates' his secondary points were that students will make more money and that going to college is an asset for the future. And my claim is that although it's agreeable that college is worth attending considering we're all college students, however, he did not prove his point on the topic effectively. I'm going to prove this by first telling you about some inconsistent and contradictory information, and second by telling you about some insufficient and misleading information. To refute the claim that going to college is an asset for the future, the advocate provided some inconsistent information about student debt accumulation. He makes one statement that students can live with debt because it'll pay off in the long run. This statement seems as if it's encouraging students to push through and complete your schooling regardless of the debt accumulation. However, he then makes another statement in which he quotes Bill Gates stating that students drop out because of debt. This statement seems as if the speaker is saying students should not accumulate any debt because it'll make them drop out of college. So is it okay for students to accumulate debt as long as they finish, or is it bad to accumulate debt because it'll make students drop out? To refute the second claim that students will make more money, the speaker provided some insufficient information when he suggested that earning a college degree will probably automatically land you a better, high-paying job. And in a lot of cases, this is true. However, not everyone will land that high-paying job in the field that they earned their degree in. He also did not provide any evidence that suggests at any rate in which college graduates even work in the fields that they earn their degrees. I found a couple of statistics that kind of give an idea. Jennifer Groff, a consultant for the Career Builder website, stated that in a study of 2,134 student college graduates who earned a bachelor's degree, 47% of them did not find a first job that was related to the field that they work in, or that they earned their college degree in, And also 32% of them stated that they never worked in a field in which they earned their degree. There's another study conducted by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, which suggests that only 27.3% of their college graduates in New York who earned a bachelor's degree were even working in a field that was related to the degree that they earned. That is 27.3 out of say 100 students, 100% of their students, which is a pretty low statistic. In conclusion, although most of us would agree that college is worth attending considering we're all college students, the speaker of the original speech did not effectively prove his point because he gave us some inconsistent information regarding debt, and he didn't give us any evidence as to how likely it would be that college students would even land a job in the field that they earned their degree.
All right, well, you labeled their claims. You suggest that there is a problem with the information, that they have inconsistent information, and it's insufficient as well. So I know the general approach you're going to be taking is challenging the grounds that the advocate is using on their particular points. Then you kind of throw us a curveball by starting with the second point first, which I'm not exactly sure why it went that way. The debt issue, I think, could probably be developed a little bit more. You do have, a valid point pointing out that Bill Gates has suggested that the reason people drop out is due to debt. We need some more information about the amount of debt people are carrying, what the average debt is, how long it takes them to pay that debt off, whether or not that debt is retarding the economy or producing any negative consequences, so we can measure it against whatever positive consequences there are from completing a degree successfully. One of the things that's also missing here is, I don't remember if the advocate presented this information or not, what percentage of the student population actually completes their degree, because it would be pretty pretty frustrating if your average debt is $32,000, but half of the people who have that debt never earn a college degree. That, I think, is really potentially problematic and suggests that, the exact opposite of what the advocate's talking about. Then you get to the information about making more money. We don't really get a comparison about whether or not people can earn an adequate amount of money here. Your argument is mostly about whether or not they work in the field in which they develop their skills well in college, which I think is a good criticism to make. There might be some discussion, however, about what their average incomes are. Has this changed since over time? What college students earn or what their likely job prospects are going to be? I think there needs to be a little bit more information on that. The fact that people aren't necessarily working in the fields in which they got their degrees, I think that's relevant, but you need to explain a little bit more how it's relevant. And I do think that you could use some additional information suggesting that maybe the picture is not all that rosy for college students. And by the way, how long does it take for us to earn these in these fields that we didn't earn our degrees in to make enough money to pay back the debt that we had that's talked about in the first point? I think that's another one of those considerations that doesn't get discussed. But you kind of go after whether or not their evidence is sufficient and suggest some good counterclaims on those points. Thank you.